Of the movie is that the ghost shark can appear anywhere there is water, which means there are fantastic scenes, including one where a kid goes down a slip and slide, and because the shark can appear anywhere there's water, the giant shark appears at the end of the slip and slide, and the kid splashes straight into his mouth. There's also another scene where they're inside the hide inside a building, and some guy gets thirsty and tries to drink water from a water fountain, and the shark comes out of his stomach. What are you supposed to do? People need water to live, and you drink water, and the shark can appear like a thimble full of water and just explode out of it.
Well, isn't the bit at the end, it like leaps out of puddles and then falls in other puddles?
Yeah, that's like driving down the road, just leaping out of puddles. But the idea that makes that shark the most terrifying creature in any horror movie is the fact the guy drinks a glass of water and it appears inside his own stomach. Like, theoretically, that shark can appear inside the water inside your own cells. Nobody is safe from Ghost Shark. Ghost Shark is way too OP as a villain.
Have you seen the three-headed shark?
I've not seen Three-Headed Shark.
Essentially, the gist of it is the same as Ghost Shark. There's a killer shark on the loose that's trying to get...
But he's got three heads.
But he's got three heads.
And then obviously you've got Sharknadoes.
Sharknadoes are classic.
And then
Shark.
Mega Shark versus Shark, or like Megalopolis versus Sharks Plus and all that bullshit. But I don't think anything will ever compete with just Ghost Shark. And just the shot of the kid going down the slip and slide directly into the open toothy maw of a giant waiting ghost shark. I think we both agree that the Ghost Shark movie has got to be Deep Blue Sea. Like, I'd say it's better than Jaws in some regards. Like, you can't touch Jaws as the classic of cinema that it is, but for sheer entertainment value, a movie about a shark that's super smart that also attacks Samuel L. Jackson indoors. That's my favourite bit of that movie. I've got an article about it on the Backbeam website. I'll make a video about it one day. But basically, the crux is, like, there's a scene in that movie where Samuel L. Jackson gets bitten in half by a genetically modified super shark indoors. And the director of that film specifically put that scene in because he liked the idea if he killed the biggest name actor in the entire movie, anyone else was fair game. The idea was, if a shark can get Samuel L. Jackson indoors, it can get anybody. We're gonna see you on The idea being, like, from that point on in the movie, you would always be tense and on edge about where the next shark attack would come from. Because, holy shit, if a shark can get you indoors, it could be anywhere.
Carl, what would you do if you had 8 arms?
In general, there are very few sea creatures that pose a threat to us humans on land. Even the mighty great white shark will just sit there, gasping for breath, its last sight being a set of human testicles being slowly lowered onto its face. Then you have octopuses, sea creatures that can not only survive on land, but thrive on it under the right conditions.
Didn't you want to tell me a story about an octopus that got onto a ship?
Yes, I did. So let's just set the scene of how, like, smart and, like, wily and stealthy octopuses are with a story that people are going to think isn't true, but I can assure you absolutely 100% is. A couple of years ago, there was a story about an English fishing ship that dredged up an octopus, and one of the fishermen grabbed it and chucked it onto deck to deal with later while they sorted out their catch. And then they turned around, octopus is gone. The next couple of hours, those fishermen spent ages like, where is this octopus? Where did it go? It didn't go overboard. Where did it go? They saw water going down, so it's like a horror movie, right? And they're like, where the hell is this goddamn octopus? And they spent a couple of hours searching for it, and then they went, alright, let's get a cup of tea, let's regroup, and then we'll look for the octopus later. They go to the teapot, and they open it up, there's an octopus inside. When they told this to experts, they said, yeah, that makes sense, it found somewhere like cold and dark to hide, until it come out later when it heard less noise. Sailors have not been like, English and, required a cup of tea to keep living. That octopus could have been in there for days, waiting for his chance.
Imagine if they tried to pour tea. What would that taste like?
So they pour out the octopus.
It just comes out of the spout, like, tentacle at a
They
time.
probably could, to be fair. They could fit through a whole size of a 10-pence piece for British people and a quarter for you Americans. And then I don't know what other coins that are roughly that size. So just say like an inch and a half, like wide diameter space, like the size most octopuses get. Like, I think anything the size of their own feet, which is the only part of their body that's not like malleable.
Even if you happen to be a very large octopus, you could pass through a passageway no larger than a quarter.
Like most sea creatures, octopuses will eventually die if left on dry land for too long. However, unlike most sea creatures, instead of completely flipping their shit the second they're pulled out of the water and thrown onto dry land, octopuses will instead remain perfectly calm and in fact observe their surroundings. For example, consider this video of an octopus being nonchalantly hurled onto the deck of a boat, and instead of panicking because it hasn't got any water around it, instead changes fucking colour.
That's amazing. That's actually amazing.
It is, but the thing that I find scary is what would happen if that guy throwing the octopus would have thrown it at someone's face? Well, the octopus would have just assumed his identity, and you're looking at that. Steve's not looking alright, but the octopus is gone now, so let's go downstairs. That's how the thing starts, isn't it? The octopus, they can change their body shape to virtually anything they like, and they can change colour. Could they assume?
Why is it preschool all the time? Oh, I see somebody. I literally didn't have to chase anybody. Oh, poor dude lost his shit. Was that just a comment on camp? Was it camping aid kit?